So this presentation that I want to process, it's a brief presentation, has to do with the East, the direction of the East according to the sacred medicine wheel. Um, so the sacred medicine wheel, based on our Native American teachings, values, and principles, um, represents, four balances. Number one is a spiritual balance in the East. Number two is emotional balance in the South. Number three is um, physical balance in the West. And number four is mental balance in the North. So, briefly speaking, the East is the representation of a spiritual balance. A spiritual balance has to do with um, reconnecting with ourselves, reconnecting with myself, with my inner experience, reconnecting with my thoughts, with my feelings, with my emotions, and through that silence and unique personal moment for myself would be considered a spiritual balance, because it has to do with reconnecting with who you are within yourself. So there is, within this spiritual balance, and being in the East has to do with yourself, has to do with your own unique personal experience of who you are, what you are within yourself, your thinking process, your feeling process, and the way you decide to express your emotions. So once again, a spiritual balance is processed through meditation and reflection. What is meditation? Meditation has to do with taking some quality personal time for yourself. Reflection has to do with thinking things through. We have the ego in the East. The sacred ego represents the East according to this teaching. But as Sun Bear says in his book, one of so many books, and many other scientific articles in psychology and sociology that I had read for the past 21 years. But Sun Bear says, the once you understand the sacred process of the medicine wheel, um, put the colors you want in each direction, put the animals you want in each direction. I mean, various tribes of various places that take the sacred medicine wheel as a way of life have different colors for each direction, have different animals that represent each direction. But each direction has to do with a spiritual, emotional, physical, mental balance. The East is a spiritual balance. The sacred animal that represents the East is the eagle. The one that flies the highest and is able to see from far away. That's what we need to do. We need to create some personal space and time to think things through, to process our thinking, our feeling, and the expression of our emotions. That's a spiritual balance. You reconnect with Mother Earth, you reconnect with the grandfather sun, you reconnect with sacred Mother Water, you reconnect with the Father Wind, you reconnect with everything that is, with the trees, with the sacred animals. Mhm. So a spiritual balance is that representation of creating some personal time for you to do meditation, reflection, think things through, identify your feelings, and process how to express your emotions. That's a spiritual balance. Reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and reconnecting with your own personal and unique faith. I mean, if you're a Catholic, Christian, or from any other denomination, then you practice those values and principles. People pray, people read the Bible, people pray to God, people pray to Jesus, people pray to the Virgin Mary, people pray to the saints. That's going to be very personal for each one. Mhm. Because the sacred medicine wheel and the spiritual balance, I want to say, doesn't have to do specifically with a religion. Sacred medicine wheel is not about religion. It's not about, you are to take these values and practice them. Otherwise, you go to an ugly place after you die. No, 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 no. That's not what the sacred medicine wheel is. The sacred medicine wheel has to do with reconnecting with who you are, going in the right path, in the right direction. As Sun Bear says, once you get into the sacred medicine wheel, you will be encountering so many wonderful and great things. You will be learning from so many other people within the sacred medicine wheel. You will be uh, you will be discovering teachings, teachings from each direction, and the way other people think of those teachings differently from your thinking process. That's the richness. Mhm. I have studied, I have read, I have researched the sacred medicine wheel for 21 years. It's not only reading books, it's not only reading, Google stuff, but it's reading scientific journals where even medical doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, psychotherapists, social workers say we need to go back to the roots. And they are referring to the sacred medicine wheel. A spiritual balance, emotional balance, physical balance, and mental balance. Those are good things. Those are things that are going to help you stay in the center, balanced, with equilibrium. But this is brief, I'm just emphasizing the significance of a spiritual balance in the East. Is illumination, is restoration, is a new beginning, is being reborn, represents the spring, freshness, lightness, wisdom, represents love, represents the ego, represents children, represents the sun. So a spiritual balance in your own unique experience. We need a spiritual balance. Has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with you must believe this in order for this, this, and that. No, 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 no. That's not a spiritual balance. A spiritual balance has to do with reconnecting with who you are, what you are within your heart, within your mind, within your spirit, within your soul, you name it. Then you breathe in, breathe out, in the mountains, next to the river, next to the ocean, in the forest. Breathe in and reconnect with yourself. Identify your feelings. Process your thinking in the right possible way. Cognitive psychology help us to understand that we need to clarify our thinking process in order to perceive things in the best appropriate healthy way, so that that way we won't be processing cognitive distortions, negative ways of thinking about things that we perceive that may not be okay, may not be right. So okay, here we go. So this is a rattle that I've been working on. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this, huh? Woohoo! So this is the representation of the sacred medicine wheel. The east, the south, the west, and the north. The center is green, represents balance. Okay, as long as we keep these four directions, we are going to be okay. Okay, so I want to thank you for your time, for your participation, and I see you next time. This is just a brief, interesting review from a healing circle that we processed days ago. Okay, so thank you for your time. Bye bye.